YouTube. It's Friday, and Pathfinders are back with yet another interesting topic. Today, we are going to discuss about a scarcity mindset. That often could be a kind of pandemic that a lot of people suffer with. And with me is Coach Arif Hussain. Arif Hussain is victory mindset coach, and I'm going to be discussing this subject with him. Arif has been into corporate sector, especially in the pharmaceutical industry, for over 2 decades. He has authored a couple of books, bestsellers, of course, and basically a sports enthusiast, very active person. He's the founder director for Pathfinders, who has impacted over 5,000 lives through his coaching and uh, personal development programs. So, Arif, we have a very interesting topic today. Sounds negative, but then that's the thing that's influencing people, so we need to talk about it, right? And people, whoever have joined, welcome and thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions, keep that in mind, and you can always post it here so we can address that as well. Oh, let's start this. Welcome, Arif.
Thank
So,
you,
Arif,
Sayeed.
to start with, I mean, it's easier to say scarcity mindset, scarcity mindset. So, what exactly is this scarcity mindset?
Thank you for asking that question and also for introducing me. And let me tell you, we are talking about scarcity mindset, and I had scarcity of sleep last night. Right?
All right.
So I'm talking, uh, right when it is required, required here. All right. So, as the word suggests itself, it is a mindset issue where uh, a person is focused on early morning. My cat gave birth to three kittens,
Oh,
so I woke
congratulations.
up. I woke up very early because there were things going on, and then um, when I think if I am more focused on this particular thing that I could not sleep enough last night. Okay, then my mind will start telling me about what all bad can happen with less sleep because we have so much of data, same so much of information about uh, what can happen when you have not slept properly, right? Similarly, in life, when we have a scarcity mindset, we are focused more on what is missing, what is missed, or what is not there, what is absent, who is absent,
Mhm, mhm,
right?
mhm,
And that is all about scarcity mindset. And if I let me tell you one example. Um, Imagine somebody is wearing glasses, and the
mhm.
glass have some color, some shade. So if it is blue color, I things will appear blue, and if it is red color, things will appear red, more red,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yes.
so same is with scarcity mindset. If people are having that inside their mind, they will think that nothing is enough. Whether it is time, time is not enough. Okay. Whether it is money, money is never enough. Whether the resources they had or they have, never enough.
Mhm.
That is scarcity mindset.
Actually, uh, it sounds quite
Scary,
negative. Actually, it sounds
scary.
quite negative. Yeah, sounds quite negative. But then people might have this. All right, people may have this. People may be suffering this silently. People may not even realize. So, how do a person get to know whether this person, whether a person is suffering this? Because you often hear people saying that I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough resources, or salary is never enough for me. Okay, but at the same time, they may not realize that it is this scarcity mindset that is causing them to focus on this. So, how do a person get to know this?
Yeah. So recognizing is very important,
Mm.
right? Uh, it is as important as diagnosing a disease or a disorder
Exactly.
correctly so that we
Exactly.
can treat it or cure it,
Exactly. Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so there here is a actually very simple test. You ask three questions to yourself. Okay. So the first question is: do you avoid sharing because you think you don't have much or you don't have enough?
It'll exhaust when you if you share. Yeah.
Yeah, it will exhaust. And I'm not talking about just money. Sharing of information, sharing of your ideas, sharing what you have, what you know, sharing money, of course, sharing resources. And there are some things which you can always get back. You give to somebody, they have used it, and they can give you back. So you have not lost anything, and still it is called sharing. It is such a wonderful thing, right? So people with a scarcity mindset, they are scared of sharing. Okay. The second thing is, do you yourself compare with others?
Hmm.
Okay. And it is often, and you think that you are less capable. So if that is happening, probably you can be one of the people with a scarcity mindset. The third thing is, do you hesitate or are you scared of investing in yourself?
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
investing in terms of learning new things, maybe
Hmm.
doing a new course, maybe uh, finding a new opportunity where you think there is a risk involved, uh, getting into a new job or getting into a new business, right? So there is a risk involved, right? So you are not able to take that risk, take that jump, take that shift. So then, um, if the answer to any of these three questions is
Hmm.
yes, then you may be suffering from scarcity mindset.
Well, I'm afraid there are a lot of people there who say yes to all the three questions. Actually,
There can be.
yeah. Um, because I have seen this, experienced this in my professional life. So, but then I mean, every individual lives in a particular society, like and society has its own influence. Family have its own influence. Nobody want to. I mean, as it sounds so negative, nobody want to be that negative. Nobody want to live such a life, right? But see, and yet people are living that life. So where does this mindset coming from?
So the thing is, they are living, but they are not consciously doing it. They are
Hmm.
conditioned to do it.
Hmm.
Most of the time we are we are living life in an automated manner.
Hmm.
More than 95% of the times, we are not doing everything consciously
Hmm.
in with complete attention to everything that we are doing.
Hmm.
For example, uh, we have certain reactions, certain habits. If somebody has scolded me, I will shout back. Somebody might beat the other person. Somebody might just run away. So these are the automated reactions or automated manners how we deal in life, every day. So uh, so similarly, this scarcity mindset is a conditioning. It can come from the childhood experiences. It can come from the societal norms. It can come from the environment we have lived. Um, it can come from the past failures.
Hmm.
Okay, and since we are working in an automated manner most of the time, our mind will do it often comfortably because there is a comfort in doing in repeating things. Okay, and mind mind has a limit to decide in a day. It is very tiring to decide everything. So most of the times, mind, what does it do is just work in an automated manner.
Yeah, you choose whatever is coming automatically, whatever is coming from the past, and it's easy. Yeah, you don't have
Yes.
to make a decision.
Yes.
You don't have to decide on that. But I have some tough question for you here.
Yeah.
Look, in life, people have everything in certain quantities, right? Like you have 24 hours a day. Like if you're working, you have X amount of salary, like 1 lakh rupees a month, 2 lakh rupees a month, whatever it is. Okay? You have X amount of. So there is this boundary. There is this limitations to your resources. There is always this limitation. Okay. So when you have it, it is. I mean, it's real. The limitation is real. So what about that then?
So you are absolutely right. You know, resources can be limited. For example, there are five friends eating a pizza.
Hmm.
You and there are six pieces. So of course there is a limit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, uh, but then who said that you cannot have another pizza? Okay. So similarly, in life there are limitations. For example, 20 we all have 24 hours in a day, right? Whether rich or poor, old or young, we all have 24 hours a day. But then there are people who can create hours. How? They hire people, right? And that's how they can create more hours for themselves.
Hmm.
Similarly, you can create more money by maybe doing another job, or maybe generate passive income, or maybe utilizing your money, your wealth, to earn more money for yourself. So you can actually find ways. What happens with a person who has a scarcity mindset is he is stuck. He thinks that this is the only pie, and
Hmm.
if somebody has already taken a piece, I will have the less share. Okay, but he forgets that he can create more, he can have more, and you know the resources are already available in abundance around us. It's just we need to be prepared, and we need to be skillful to go and take for ourselves.
So basically, we need to bring a shift in the mindset. Like we need to bring a shift instead of focusing on the limited resources that you have. You need to think about the unlimited possibilities that you have to
Exactly.
create to create the wealth that you want to create, or the time that you want to create, or the whatever you want to create. But then it's easier said than done, right? So how can one bring this shift?
So let me tell you a story,
Hmm.
right? I just a few days ago I was meeting my grandfather's younger brother. He's close to 90 years
Mm.
old, and we were discussing about his father,
Mm.
right? My great grandfather, and he was telling that you know we again it's about the mindset. We always think that the eldest are more responsible, they take care of the family and all that. But my great grandfather was the youngest in his family, and he was the one who was taking care of others. And in earlier days, it was not the same like now that everybody in the family is earning. Then it was like there are five brothers, only one or two are earning, rest of them are just enjoying life or doing something else, but not earning. But here he was taking care of not just his children, but he was also sharing to with his other other family members.
Hmm.
Uh, like one of his brother died, so he was taking care of his family and children as well.
Hmm.
Now, if I compare with the now in this generation, my great grandfather's children, uh, we all are doing really well as compared to what they were doing, what the other people are doing. So we have a sense that if we share, our resources will reduce. But somehow there is something that works in the universe, or the it is God's will, Allah's will, that when you share, things increase.
Yeah.
You get abundance instead of it reducing. You get increase in your resources, your wealth, your
Hmm.
relationships, right? So here are the three steps that one
Hmm.
can do to shift his mindset to abundance from scarcity. The first thing is, be grateful for what you have.
Okay.
Because
Gratitude.
when gratitude, so when we have this gratitude, when we are living with gratitude, what happens? It opens our mind and shift uh, from not having to having, that we have something, or that we have enough, right? So when we are grateful to for what we have, it opens our mind. The
Hmm.
second is, reframe your challenges.
Hmm.
So for example, there is a challenge that I cannot afford to buy a new car. Okay, so what you can do is ask yourself, how can I make sufficient amount of money to buy a car? So then your mind will start creating how you can do it. So instead of thinking that I cannot do it, shift it to ask yourself that how can I do it,
What
or
can?
what can I do to
Hmm.
make more money so that I can buy a new car.
Yeah.
And the third thing is, share generously, give generously. And I am not even talking about charity here. You do charity, that's very good. But I am talking about sharing again. That share generously, not just your money, but things that you have, uh, resources you have, the information, the knowledge you have, the skills you have. If you share them, you will find, new avenues from where you will get more resources, more wealth, more things coming to you. And if you can start doing it, do it slowly. You don't have to just spill everything and get tired, get burned out. Do it slowly so that you are prepared for the next step.
Well, I think that those three are very valid points. I can't agree with you more on that. Uh, so, but sometimes what happens is, like we said earlier, people are conditioned for over a period of time. Like person who's in his, let's say, 50s, he's been conditioned that way for the last 50 years. That's a long way. So for these people, what happens is you feel trapped in that mindset. You feel trapped in that. Okay. So how can they get out of it? I mean, what about these people who feel trapped?
So, as I said earlier, yeah, you are absolutely right. They feel trapped because one, by that age, our mindset is already fixed. Most of it is fixed. Okay, we
Yeah.
become immovable. We become
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah.
We become tree in our mind, that we don't move at all. We have lost our flexibility now. uh, and the worst part is that we are not conscious about it. If we can recognize what the problem is, we can probably do something about it. But we are
Mm.
unconscious, we cannot see what the problem is, so we
Mm.
don't take any action. So what you can do is, reflect upon what has happened. And if you have still got some pains because of the way you have been living or dealing in life, then maybe ask somebody for the feedback, and you might get a, the real picture. You can talk to some coach or some mentor, or maybe some friend who not very close, because when you go to a close friend, they will say, okay, everything is fine, you are perfect. Right? Or they will tell you so much that you will be overwhelmed, and you will say, okay, it cannot be done at all, right? So ask somebody who has knowledge, experience, and who know you, but not completely,
Mm.
not a close
Basically,
relationship.
basically, what you're saying is talk to somebody, a person who's not from your close friends, close relatives. Okay, maybe somebody like your professor, your mentor, your coach, or your somebody like that. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, let me give you one example of one of my clients.
Mhm.
Uh, so I met this guy, very young, hardly 24, 25 years old, and he was working in an IT company.
Mm.
And he wanted to change to some other domain. And he was very scared because he thought that the jobs are very scarce. He might not get another job, and he was earning quite well at the time. So he didn't want to risk what he was earning to what he was expecting. So he came to me, and then we went through the process. Uh, During the process itself, he left the job. He got so uh, enthusiastic that he left the job. And then he enrolled himself into one course. He completed that course. And by the time we finished the process and everything, uh, he completed the course as well. And finally, he got the job also. So, what the coaching did was it filled him with that enthusiasm, it filled him with that courage which was required to take that risk and shift from that scarcity mindset to the abundance mindset that okay, jobs are available for skillful people. In fact, the companies are the companies always have vacancy,
Yes.
and they
For
are
the right.
always in demand for the right person.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's very well said, and I think we covered a lot here. Uh, from what I understand, I mean the two important thing that I picked here is that if you have this feeling of always not enough, uh, try to realize this, try to recognize this. Then when you want to get over this, first thing is practice gratitude, because gratitude will shift your focus from what you don't have to what you already have. Okay. Then whenever you have a challenge, reframe the challenge. Don't look at it as only the problem. Every challenge also brings some solutions along with it, or some new opportunities along with it. So shift your focus there. And these two are very these are the takeaways for me from this discussion. But before I leave, before we close this, any any mantra that you would like to share for the people to easily follow, so that they can get out of this scarcity mindset?
Yes, definitely. No, I there are times when I feel stuck, and this mantra helps me,
Mhm.
to get back to what I love doing or what I want to do in life, right? So the mantra is tell yourself that I am enough, I have enough, and I can create more.
Mhm.
I am enough, I have enough, and I can create more. And repeat it as many times as you can. Uh, Repeat it daily, and then you will find that your mind is shifting from scarcity to abundance. And of course, there will be actions required over a period of time, but then this is a good beginning.
Well, thank you so much. That's amazing, actually. I have enough. No, I am enough. I have enough, and I can create more. That sounds great, actually. Just to say it, it sounds great. So I'm sure the audience will start practicing that, whoever have this issue. And in case you are really seriously, I mean, this I'm talking to audience here. If you really have this issue, and if you constantly feel difficulty in getting over this, you can always feel free to talk to us, connect with us, because this is just a mindset issue. It is not the problem itself. It is something that you can definitely get over and do well in life. So do well. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Arif. Thanks for sharing all the wonderful tips and knowledge that you shared. And next week, we'll be back here again with yet another topic. And please do join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saeed, and thank you everyone who have joined. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.